Hi, everybody.
Hiya,
I'm TJ.
and I'm Calvin.
Thanks for coming to TidalWave. So this week we're going to discuss friends and friendship, as you saw as the title. So that's going to be our main topics that we're going to be discussing today.
Yes. And then I will introduce you to a segment called Calvin's Current Crave. That's where I get to discuss about my latest products. What am I using? Person, places, or things. Just overall, my favorite things.
Excellent. And then on another new segment that we're going to premiere tonight, it's called The Splash. It's a segment devoted to highlighting creatives who have transitioned their diverse skills into businesses or products in this strange and crazy times. This week we're showcasing Infinity Lip Sisters and Erica Tomlinson. She'll be on with us later to explain her products, her business, her whole 9 yards, and everything that goes along with it. So we're excited to have her. And Calvin, what's the last one?
The last is we'll be playing a game called Never Have I Ever. Every time that we have a guest, we'll be playing a game. They will find out the game when they come on. So Never Have I Ever will be this week's game. Again, just to remind you that nothing's off the table. So let's have some fun.
Let's have some fun. Welcome, everybody. It's TidalWave.
Welcome to TidalWave, a whole new level of entertainment and showbiz experiences. Knowledge, culture, influence, and art. Our conversations will leave nothing off the table. We'll make a wave with our stories and give you the insights you want and need. So prepare to catch the wave and go with the flow. Please welcome your hosts, TJ Tekurio and Calvin Cooper.
Yay! Thank you so much, everybody, for showing up. Last week, we kind of explained what the show was going to be about and had a really good response from all the viewers. So we're super excited about this. And last week, we mentioned that I had a surprise for you, and this is it. I finished it.
You did an amazing job. I love these colors.
It's done, actually. So just the little background about it, I cleared out my entire dining room. So I no longer have a dining room table, 6 chairs. I have nothing in my dining room. I devoted it to making this huge mural. It spans from one wall all the way to the other in my entire dining room. So I did that, and I wanted to have a really cool background for when we do videos like this every other week. And how about yours? Yours looks good too.
Thank you so much. As you see, located here, and here, I loaded all of the fashion magazines that I've collected over the city and put up pictures of people, places, and things since I have been diving into the fashion industry and business, but also not just as a business, but also just personally, to express myself. So I got to hang up, you see the bottom half over here, of this beautiful picture that my house father Carlos gave me. It says Vogue. And the idea behind my wall is that I wanted to put that picture frame up and have fashion coming and spilling out of it like pages. Because soon, one day, you will see House of Pabon in one of these magazines and things. So this is a lot of inspiration. It's not done, actually, but quite close. And then the last one of the beautiful things is that my house father has been hand drawing, and hand painting his beautiful works and ideas. And I have a quick flash of
okay.
And the idea, what I'd love to do is slowly but surely, every piece that comes off the page and onto, real life, I will take one of these photos, these pictures off the wall and replace them with an original drawing from the House of Pabon. So soon it will be nothing but the House of Pabon.
Fantastic. I love it. Do you have a name for your wall?
No, right now it's just a wall of inspiration because I thought a vision board was a little too small because I dream so huge. So it's just a full vision wall.
Yeah. So I titled mine, I'm going to post pictures of my whole entire journey. I took videos of the whole entire thing. Mine's called Essential. And I figured that was going to be a good title for me, kind of like Essential. I like that title, and I listened to a whole playlist, and it was called Essential. And this kind of ties into one of our main topic today, friends and friendships. When I first moved to New York, I lived with our great friend Michael, and I based my idea and my wall off of his bedroom wall.
Off of that,
And
yes.
so, I mean, I'm going to show you what my inspiration was for my wall, and I think as well as yours, as we kind of took this inspiration from it. So this is Michael, and this is his wall in his New York City apartment in Harlem, off of 145th.
Yeah.
And we lived in a 6-story walk-up, completely illegal probably. But I lived with him, and so this first episode is devoted to friends and friendships. When Calvin and I were deciding to do this together, we initially, the very first thing out of both of our mouths was that we had to keep this first episode about Michael. Earlier this year, May, we were given the bad news that our friend passed away, our best friend. And it was the three of us. We were in it to win it for everything, for almost as long as my adult life, as long as I can remember. So we wanted to pay tribute and discuss friends and what friendship means to all of us, and how we define friends, and kind of keep the memory of Michael alive. He was a great friend to all of us. Do you have anything?
I mean, I just feel like, I mean, for anybody who knows us, if you know us, you know Michael. It's like Peter Pan in The Shadow. They came as a set and they fought a lot, but they came as the set. And one of my favorite things is the beautiful journey that the three of us went through. Like, actually, it's funny, like when we get to Erica, it's you two who actually introduced me to who Michael was as a person and as an artist. Because, remember back in the very beginning when we met, I was still just this young sprite person, and you were just like, oh, there's this and this. And so it was like, yeah, so then shooting years forward to that apartment on 145 and coming to y'all's apartment, and just in that heat, walking up them steps. But it was such a joyous moment. And yeah, that I remember that wall. I remember the project. I remember, like, he was so good at this, like, small home improvement little things. And those angles is exactly why none of my photos on my wall are exactly 8x10 square. It's to represent the angles and how it was so cohesive. And that was, it was so great. So when we were both talking about the wall, I was like, oh my God, yes, I know what you're talking about. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. And just a little I guess what happened after all that. So after Michael's passing, we had a humongous outpouring of support for his family, and his immediate family and his friends all reached out. And Calvin and I wanted to do our due diligence, and we did. And we helped Lisa and his whole entire family, and all of you and everybody that supported. And they're now using the money that they raised for his GoFundMe for a scholarship at Marymount High. So that's where he went to school, and so people will be able to dance in his honor and his name.
Yes.
So I'm so happy, and I'm so proud that. But that is a main reason why we decided, why not? Why not just start this thing? Why not start this like web series podcast for all of this stuff, and just kind of come on and discuss a few things. We've got a few cool segments, but first and foremost, friendships. So what are some qualities that you view in friendship? Please, everybody, leave comments so that we want to hear from you as well, like what you consider friends.
Yeah. One of the things, like for me especially, I have my favorite phrase that I say is, when I rise, we rise. Most folks, tend to hear that as like on the up and up of like, oh, like I made it into this venue, so I'm gonna bring my friends. Well, the other side of it is when I rise for a cause, we rise. And that's one of the best things that I had about our friendship, especially with Michael. No matter who was scared in our trifecta, we were there for support. And that was the best thing. We never had to remind each other that it was coming from love. It was just always a known fact. I enjoyed how we never took each other too seriously, but we took each other serious enough.
Mhm.
Like, for instance, the story behind these beautiful sweaters, like, like that simple. I loved our little things too, because like, yeah, there was no pinning up against each other. There's no who loved each other more than the other. When we did this, it was a Christmas thing. We were separate, and I love that we never really celebrated Christmas or holidays in a way that was stuck on materials. It was always making sure we FaceTimed each other, or did we call each other? Did we text? And then it could be 1 a.m, and even though we've already texted, we're just like, are you up? I just want to see you. Like, and that's what I love. I love that unspoken, when you need to be there. And that's what was between us. It was always this beautiful unspoken language that once we synced. And also, I just enjoyed, like, a lot of folks say the good, the bad, the ugly. I say the good, the bad, the beautiful, because you hear me say to learn your lessons is how to collect your blessings. And one of the things is, every friendship is different. And the thing about us is that we are 3 different dynamic people. And, some people know now because they've heard our previous podcasts and things like that, or those who know us, is that, me, you, and Michael have a matching tattoo of grammatical marks. And I think that it symbolized the right things out of each of us. Me with my quotation marks, because I will give you a sermon, I will give you a speech, I will give you a song lyric, I will give you some type of haiku to keep you uplifted, motivated in that moment. Michael being the loose cannon with his exclamation point, and then you having the question mark. It was, what was beautiful is how we managed to work in all of those. And one of the things especially is the work that went behind it, the work that we fought to be friends. That was the thing. A lot of folks will view a lot of tiffs as a bad thing, but especially like if me and Michael were in a tiff, you were that solid rock. If you and Michael were in an off moment, I was that side. Like, we literally balanced each other out. And that's what I look in our friendships. When I'm looking to people, I tell folks, I was like, it's not even about the small things of materials or money or what we can do for each other out of worldly thing. It's the emotion. It was the way that y'all just brought me in, and I was just like, I'm just here. What is this? Oh, wow. And y'all was like, okay, boo, well, this is what it is. I love that. I love when people who connect with you, as in, like, they know who you are and how to upgrade each other without taking you off of your original path.
Yeah. No, and I think you're right. That saying where friends are the family that you built by yourself is definitely key when it's considering friends. And a balance is a humongous portion about all of those things when you're talking about deciding who's going to be your friend. As you get older, do you notice that you're more selective when it comes to friends, or you like?
I mean, as I've gotten older, so I'm one of the people that you earn my trust until you tell me not to. I don't do it the other way around, where people are like, you got to earn that trust. So I don't like nobody. No, as I've gotten older, though, I'm a happy-go-lucky, happy to be here, easy to work with. But I will read you where you stand if you need to be read, and get you left on read. But the thing is, as I get older, it's just I take my time getting to those deeper levels, because we all come with problems. We all come with baggage. We all come with a lot. And I noticed that a lot of us are just wanting to be heard first. So as I've gotten older, I actually listen to people. I listen to what they tell me and what they show me. And then from there, I decide, because a lot of people, it's nice when you meet someone new, but we're all in that goo goo gaga phase. Somebody don't know nobody from a can of paint. And so you can feel like you're connected, but now I've just learned to slow down and be like, it's beautiful in the beginning. It's very beautiful. And just stay there and see what it is. And that's how it is. Because I've loved a lot of people and had to let them go just so I can stay in love with them.
Yeah. Do you think that person is considered if you have a falling out that bad, do you think that person was your friend?
Oh, here, I'll give you you want to know from the life? I'll tell you about the many times Michael and I had a bad falling out. My favorite falling out, though, that ever happened.
Oh, God. I'm sure I know all about it anyway. So
I was like, you already know, because guess who I was calling? I was like, I can't do this.
well, then he would call me and say, "Oh my God, can't believe this."
Michael and I, it was our last year, 2013, together at Radio City, and we were just having a blowout, and especially when you're in tech rehearsals, so you're exhausted, you're trying to be there, you're there at all crazy hours of the day, you don't get to go outside, so we ended up not talking for 2 weeks. I told him I needed a 2-week break. But now here's the thing about the love between us. In those 2 weeks, we never sat more than 3 rows apart from each other. That almost sounded like Rosa Parks. We've never sat more than 3 rows apart from each other. And he would give me my space, I would give him his, but we'd always make sure we were in earshot to make sure we always knew what was going on. The moment that if anyone tried to come for us, even in our silence, the way that people just knew, oh, I may not be talking to Michael, but if I looked over, he will be right here and you are done. Like, it was like those moments. So I felt like, it never really was about, how to explain this? Like the fight itself. It's how do we get back on the same line? How do we get back to communicating and being heard? And that's what I know about, even the people that are not in my life now. I hope they know that, everybody who knows me, I do things for love only. Love, 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 love. I love love. And I love me more than I love anyone else, as you should. So when I am having big tips and I'm taking breaks, it's actually not about that person. It's about, I want you to be in love with me. So I have to recalibrate myself. So I always actually feel that if the person is still there when we're having a big fight, they know what's going on and they actually understand they have done as much as they can do. This part is on me. So when I leave them, I never leave somebody to be like, oh, forget you, but I never. No, I tell them, I'm like, I need to figure this out because I'm not happy right now. And that's just what it is. So, like, especially with Michael, when we came back to talking, he's like, I miss you. And I was like, I miss you too.
So you have that moment where you rekindle, so you know that friendship is strong enough. Now I have a different thought, because I've actually started rekindling a lot of friendships that I had when I lived and went to school in Florida, because I've traveled so much and I've been all over the world, and I've lived, New York, Vegas, LA. And I'm finally kind of back rooted in Fort Lauderdale, or Florida in general. I'm kind of rekindling these relationships with my friends. And I was reading somebody had posted, I was reading your comments on your feed, and Tempest was like, oh, talk about Virginia, Newport News. Did you guys have, are you still friends with people you were friends with when you were in elementary and middle school?
Yes, I have. Could you imagine? Like,
no.
I have a handful. I have about 7 people in my life that I still talk to, that I have known since first grade. They are my ride or dies. They are my day ones. If you know me, I rep 757 hard. Ain't no better city than the 7 cities of 757. To be from Newport News, exact. Bad news. Holla if you hear me. But yes, and it's very important. I didn't go out of my way to keep them per se, but it was like, especially if you're saying Tempest as in my friend Tempest that asked, like, my favorite thing about them is how fast they'll be like, don't get brand new.
That's kind of how she was in your comments. You'll read it.
My favorite moment with that is like, okay, so for instance, I was trying to get back to all my messages, and so Tempest and I also have like our best friend Adam, who lives in Florida, and we all, lives in Texas, and we make sure that we see each other, especially like when I'm on the road. I hit up people, and I just remember, apparently I did not respond fast enough for Adam. Adam calls Tempest, being like, Calvin over here thinking he Beyonce, acting all big and bougie, and don't know. And then she texts me, and I was like, what happened? And then I text Adam back and he was like, I was just about to say Calvin acted brand new. Don't know nobody. Like, I love, so shout out to Tempest, Adam, Ebony Gervin, Anita, Melissa, Diana, Jen, Erica. I have so many, Bravita, aka Baklava, Bravita. Like, I have so many folks from, like my base. My base is Virginia. I found my Virginia base in New York City. So
yeah, that's great. I mean, I was reading those comments, so I figure there's some support system in Newport News, Virginia. That's where you grew up. And just so everybody's aware, you're in New York City, and I'm in my condo in Florida, in Fort Lauderdale. So we're like light years apart. So this is really good to connect us. But I also was reading on comments of mine as well. Is Stephen and Andrew chimed in, and it made me realize that we're all connected through ships. So the last part of Friends is friendship, and that's how we got to know each other, is on ships, and that's how we got acquainted with Erica, who will be on in a bit, talking about her business. But without being on cruise ships and those contracts, I don't think I would have known you, and I don't think I would have able to
wait. No, this is the first time that I remember. I was about to say this because you came and saw me at Busch Gardens before I knew who you were, because I was dancing with your best friend Stephanie. Stephanie
Dolan. I think her and I came to Busch Gardens because she was working there, for sure. Yeah.
Shout out to Stephanie and Rachel, girl.
Rachel, I know they're doing so well. I love both of them. I remember when I went over to Thanksgiving dinner, when I was in college with Stephanie, and her family was just, they're perfect. They're like perfect.
Yeah, Busch Gardens, that's where, so you saw me before I met you. But yes, cruise ship life, it was my second contract when we officially met, which is then how you introduced me to the person that I know now of Michael, because it was that DVD of the next show, and we were looking at, you were introducing me to the business and how to pick contracts. And I was like, oh, what do I do? And
No, and I think I was on a podcast with my friend Drake. He asked me to be on, and we were talking. The topic was friends and friendship. And he said, "Do you think you're a better judge of character because you've worked on cruise ships when it comes to friends?" And I said, "I don't necessarily think that I'm a better judge of friends, but I decide quicker because we're around so many people for so long duration of time that you get a quicker understanding of people."
Yeah, I call it the Bachelorette syndrome as well, because of you're on this lovely luxury cruise line, and you're in some of these places that you personally would not just be throwing money to go there. So to get this money, so whether it's a love interest or even a best friendship, it's like, I think I am a better judge because now that we're constantly in real life, you can see past the phoniness than when you were on the cruise ship, because you were in this biosphere of like, this is what it is. It looks like Lost at Sea. This is like Love Island. But when you're actually on land, you can see through the crap so fast, and you're just like, no. Plus, excuse me, I'm about to cough. Plus, also, a big factor is your vices. When you're going on a ship and your drinks are $1.50, hell yeah, you're gonna make some choices to be friends with people that you normally wouldn't at a faster pace than when you are here and your drink is $16 and you're trying to be grown and you listening to this person trying to throw these obnoxious, expensive drinks at you. You take your time more because you've already lived that rough life, and you don't get to just walk home the way you would down the hallway. You have to. So I am thankful for those cruise ship years, the 12 years I did it, because hell yeah, I'm a better judge of character, because I was sloppy myself.
Yeah. Well, yeah, of course. Now I want to find out from you and from everybody that's watching or that's going to watch this, or that's listening, because we're actually going to turn these. I'm turning these live broadcasts into audio format for my third season of my Ease podcast, which will be Ease podcast is co-presenting this. So we'll be able to hear this in audio form in a couple weeks, maybe next week I'll start this. But what's your view and what's everybody else's view out there with the word best friend? Do you think people overuse this word, and how do you stand on it?
Me, I love the word best friend. Now, to answer the first one, do I think other people overuse it? Wouldn't care, because I don't care about what other people do and think. So I say to them, use it how you want to. It's your way. I say best friends, and I like to tell people, everybody who knows me, they be like, you got a lot of best friends. And I go, well, I either have best friends or no friends.
Sure.
And you straight up know where you are. Like, especially you being one of my best friends, you know, like, I will tell everybody who you are at the entrance, at the introduction. If it's not TJ, my best friend, it is my best friend TJ. And if you don't have that title, you get whatever title I give you. And if it ain't best friend, you just hear your name. And, you know, because a lot of people like to try to say at first that I have a lot of best friends, but this is the thing. I have best friends from different chapters of my life. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so that's what I love. Like, when you talk about your friends that I don't have like faces to, I know that this comes from your Fort Lauderdale life. And those are, you know, I don't be like, and who this best friend and why you got, well, you got
I have to stop you for 1 second, because I've got this funny little story about Karen Kim. Karen, I know that you're watching. I saw that you
Hi, Karen.
Karen, don't you love the wall? I've been showing Karen behind the scenes footage of my wall, but she hadn't seen it fully, so it's getting there. Karen, for a while, because we lived in New York, you and Calvin never, or Michael never met. We would always go to happy hour. I would always go to happy hour at like TGI Fridays. I knew exactly where the cheapest happy hours were in New York City for like the best amount of money.
And you were smart.
And I was smart, because that's how I was able to live in New York for not a lot of money. So I would meet up with Karen, and then you guys would show up. Karen would be like, okay, I'm going to go, bye. As soon as she would leave, I literally would turn around and you guys were there and be like, oh, Karen just left. For so long, Karen, that he thought that I had an invisible friend. Yes, Karen is the best friend of mine. I consider her a best friend. But you two really didn't hang out until you were actually in Tokyo, where she was living for 3 years.
Yeah, it was.
And like, you guys had good hanging. I mean, you guys occasionally met in New York and we hung out a couple of times, but for the
but
long
it was so rare. And like, but I mean, it was at least for what? There was a moment where a year straight, we would keep hearing Karen, and every time you would get us to show up, you would never believe it. And I'm like, Karen, lies. I mean, not a trace, not a crumb, not an empty cup, not a lipstick mark, not a fragrance behind. Karen was an imaginary friend. And Michael and I was like, TJ is talking to himself. Oh my God. And then, yeah, I go to Japan for 3 weeks, and I got to meet Karen, like, really, and had the time of my life. And I remember being like, she's real.
She's real. She's really real. She's really fun. And I'm so glad that you guys met up, because I definitely consider using best friend. The term best friend for me holds like a lot of weight. And I don't know about everybody else, but when I say best friend, it really is somebody that's monumental in my life and has really kind of helped and shape and allowed me to be who I am, and has had an impact on myself. Because, you know, these people that we call friends are exactly like I said before, the family that we built ourselves. So they are going to have some sort of impact on my life and how I operate and the decisions I make, and they're the people I trust with information that I might not trust everybody with. But also, these are the people like Michael, when passing, they're like family members, and they really, it takes on a different, anybody passing is terrible, but when somebody's part of my family, it takes on a different meaning, really.
I mean, it was huge. It took you a year to tell me you love me, and you said it through the bathroom.
On a ship, right? A ship's.
You made me, and you told me to go into the bathroom to tell me, which was my favorite. Was you're like,
what people don't understand is that the bathroom, the vents meet in the middle. So there's 2 bathrooms on each side, and they share the vent because they have to pull the air out a lot. And it's the same thing with the suction in the toilet. They're like suctions in through the same way, so you can talk through the vent like old.
That was my favorite. You're like, can you hear me? And I was like, yeah, what? And you was like, I love you. And I went, and you said, don't make it a big deal.
I know, but that was a fun little.
You always kept saying, I'd be like, I love you, TJ. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm like,
I know.
Or I know.
Yeah.
Just, oh, you rude little queen.
Yes. So friends and friendships. Yeah, just keep letting us know what you guys feel about friends and friendships. We'd love to keep discussing. We're gonna keep creating content throughout the couple of weeks because we're gonna do this show bi-weekly. So we're gonna have a lot of fun things coming out during the times when we're not airing anything. But so keep telling us, keep watching it, keep telling us about friendships and products and stuff. But let's move on to your the next portion of the show, which I think is your segment, is it not?
Yes,
it is. So here's the brand new segment that you're gonna be part of.
All right, everybody. Welcome to Calvin's Current Crave. This segment will be a feature that I talk about things that I'm in love with, trying out people, places, and things. Yes, trying out people. So my current crave right now, if you cannot tell, I am wearing these lovely lashes. Yes, these are luxury lashes by Brie. This is a Black-owned cosmetic, up-and-coming, iconic, legendary, everything you want to call it in between. Beautiful business, honey. One of my favorite things about this is that I'm gonna try my best to show you without the reflections, but everything comes in gold, girl. So she has this gorgeous packaging, right? And it comes in this bag. And then when you take out the bag, the product in the bag, it has these lovely lashes displayed so you can clearly see what lashes they are. One of my favorite thing about them is that they have these amazing titles. The lashes that I'm wearing right now, these are called Barbie. She has other names like Diamond, Hustler, Bougie Babe, Royalty, Goddess, Luscious, Queen Bee, Irresistible, Bodacious. She also has packages where it's like Baddie Mix, where it's like 3 different couplings or bundles of lashes and things like that. But also part of my current crave is in this box right here, of course, a beautiful gold box where it says Luxury Lash by Brie. She has this beautiful, look at this. Okay, come on, packaging. Excuse me. This right here is this easy eyeliner. Here's the simple pinpoint tip. It's very easy to put on. As you see here, I'll use my arm. Look at that. Precise, right? Simple, easy. Now, not only is this a lovely eyeliner, which I love and think is genius, let me take off one of these lashes so I can demonstrate. Look at that. Look at this. Look. Oh, hold on. Welcome to my channel. These are the lashes I live. But look at this. This eyeliner also doubles as what? Adhesive. So while it's wet, you can still put these lovely lashes on by Luxury Lashes by Brie. And just so you know, yes, it does come with an applicator. Me, I'm that bangy bougie girl, so I still use my fingertips. But look at this. Look at that. It is on. And here's my favorite, honey. She wind resistant. Look at that. Honey, she ain't going nowhere, okay? So that is my current crave. It is Luxury Lash by Brie. I have a discount code. It is listed below. Make sure, and you can also find it on my bio under Calvin Lamont Cooper on Instagram. Luxury Lash by Brie. Luxury Lash by Brie. Make sure you check it out.
So fun. I love it. I love it.
Girl, I mean, but for real, like
they're great.
Thank you, girl. You know, I'm gonna send you a box, girl. I'm gonna send you a box.
I have to wear them because I have okay lashes. I mean, don't mind my humongous breakout that I've been going through, but yeah, I could use some lashes.
I mean, we all could use everyone because you know, here's the thing: makeup, cosmetics, clothing, all of it. It's non-gender specific. Tell me this. Tell me the gender of these lashes, girl. If I want lashes, I'm gonna wear some because they mine. Ooh,
Yeah.
look at that.
I love that line or two. But this is a really good segment. This is a really good segment because we're gonna start. We're gonna move on to the next one. Thanks so much for that.
You're welcome.
And everybody reach out to Brie at A Luxury Lash by Brie. Our next thing is coming up. So the next segment is one that I'm really excited to start. Initially, it's called The Splash, and I wanted to devote this to highlighting creatives that has transitioned their unique skill set to something that is a new business or a new product that they're really passionate about, and really kind of helping give them a platform to reach more people. Because it's a crazy time, and there's so many really, really fun, unique people that have really cool products. So once I'll tell you the story once I bring Erica Tomlinson out, and she's part of her business is called Infinity Lip Sisters. And let's give a chat to Erica. Hi, Erica.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm gonna bring Calvin back. I gave him 2 seconds to get a little water.
Well said.
My baby's here.
Yes, and just a little caveat, maybe not even a little caveat. We all knew each other from ships. We all had some sort of relation on ships. I speak relations, but I mean friendships. So we built this. It was only appropriate to bring Erica on as part of this friendship episode to discuss her business. Erica, let us know what you have been doing.
What I have been doing, little backstory of me, beside from ships, I currently right now live in Las Vegas, where I moved here 6 years ago to join the cast of Le Rêve, The Dream at the Wynn. And I was the lead dancer and the ballroom captain for that show for the past 6 years. And sadly, we received very unfortunate news that we are not going to be opening back up after all of COVID clears, which is super heartbreaking. But one thing that's wonderful is I've created my own business. I've actually been running this business for almost 4 years now, and now it's saving my life.
Yeah. Let's just a little again, backstory. Erica was on my podcast, on E's podcast, one of the very first episodes I did and premiered, and she discusses her whole entire career leading up to Le Rêve. And at that time, Le Rêve was still going. And I have to say, I was able to go see it last summer, and I was just completely blown away by the whole entire thing. And I mean, if you didn't see it, you really missed out on a humongous piece of art that happened. And I'm completely sorry about what happened. And I mean, you're with many people that has happened to. But I'm really happy to hear about your business and how you're transitioning all of that stuff.
Yes.
So tell me, you've done it for 4 years. What is your business about?
So it's Infinity Lip Sisters, which is the brand that I have created when I found these long-lasting luxury skincare and cosmetic line. Girl in the show was wearing lipstick, and I looked at her across the stage, and I was the dreamer, and she was dancing, and her lips were perfect, like flawless and vibrant and bright. And I was like, ma'am, what is that? Because it wasn't what we were using. And she told me about Senegence and Lip Sense, which is long-lasting, all-day wear lip color. That's the Lip Sense I have on. Super fun, bright pink now. But it's smudge-proof, budge-proof, waterproof, because if you've seen Le Rêve, you know that I scuba dive. So like I'm underwater on a regulator, come up, flawless lips. So I kind of got tipped into this by the Lip Sense, but then I got my eyes opened up to our full line. And I am literally in love with everything we have. And the biggest kind of perk that sets us apart, all of our cosmetics are long-lasting and they have skincare. So they're anti-aging. So it's a 2-in-1. You've got your skincare in your makeup. Not only do you have your skincare, it's going to last all day. It's going to look flawless, and you don't have to worry about touching it up all day long.
That's amazing. And yeah, that was the one thing that I noticed about the Rev is it's water based. I mean, it's in the water. It's basically in the water. Everybody goes in the water. Nobody does not get wet. And the very first thing I talk about in the podcast, you lay on the bench and you're like nice and dry, you're laying on this bench, and all of a sudden the bench submerges. The very first thing we see. And then you come up and you still have makeup on. And I was like, God, this stuff is really, really, really good.
Yeah.
It's on there, yeah. What are some of your favorite products in this whole line?
Oh man, that's tough because I love the whole line, but I definitely, Lip Sense is our wow product because literally I mean, I'm a wino. I don't have wine in here right now, but I love that you can be like having your wine. I'm not going to have it. I'm going to be like full on and it's not going to come off. You're going to have a completely clear glass. So you can be classy. You can be like me. I'm like totally crazy. You can be classy. So Lip Sense is my absolute favorite, hands down. But then we also have shadows, which I've got a whole bunch of arm things. I've got a whole bunch of things swiped on my arm. But these are our Shadow Sense colors. So they are also all long lasting and don't smudge or budge. So that would be another one of my favorites. And then I've got to say it, our skincare, because if your skincare game is a 0, your makeup game will never be a 10. So you have to have good skincare in order to have good makeup. So let's just bring it all together and take care of that flawless face.
Yeah. Skincare, I mean, I'm guilty. I barely use soap on my face. But here's the thing. Now that we have to wear masks, which I'm sure everybody is wearing a mask. I hope everybody's wearing a mask. Because as we sit here as all entertainers or performers and our businesses are like, have been dormant for the past 6 months, we hope that the message is out there that, you know, the sooner that we can all wear masks, then we can probably go back to work. But wearing a mask changed my face. Let's see it. Yes, the mask, there it is.
The mask and then nothing.
Yes!
See, this is why. And that's why I'm breaking out, is because I'm wearing masks more and it's covering my face. I mean, I can't tell you that when my mask is all the way up here.
No, you breaking out because you don't wash your face, nasty.
I don't use soap. I know, it's so strange. I'm 37 and I'm not using like soap, but it's been for so long. But I notice people that are wearing masks, or I'm wearing masks, and my skincare is really bad. But I love that you can wear that mask without it coming off.
Totally. I have a ton of nurse clients, and I've had nurse clients since day one because they've been in masks long before this all started. And it's perfect for them because they can be in their mask and they can take it off. Pre-COVID days, they can take it off and they're still flawless. So now that the rest of us are in that land, it's perfect for everybody.
Yeah.
Do you have a way where we're allowed to try things?
Yes.
You know, like, yeah, I was like, how do you go about trying things? Because, you know, one of the things that I always get nervous about, period, is when I see beautiful products and I go, oh, I don't know how to try them, or how do I ask, is there a sample? Is that something y'all do?
So we have an app, which is the most fun thing ever in the world. So if you download the Senna Look app, so SENELOOK, Senna Look app, you can virtually try on all of our colors because we have over 70 different lip sense colors, over 40 different shadows, so many different blush. So it can be a little overwhelming on where to start. So download that app. Also, I love to have personal connection with all of my clients. So I would be more than happy to just help figure out colors with you and figure out your skin tone. And so I definitely keep my business very personal and want to communicate with you and figure out what's best for you, because I don't want you getting something that you don't love. If you happen to, which is very rare, we do have satisfaction guarantee, and I stand behind that. If you get something and you don't love it, you send it back to me and I will fix it and get it replaced.
Oh, I love that.
So,
yeah, I love that because a lot of times, when you're trying new products, you don't even get to talk to a person. It's not until the ending of, if there is a catastrophe, and then that takes forever. So I love that you come through personal. It's like having a personal shopper in a way. It's lovely. I love that.
Totally. Yeah. I love to help pick out the colors and help you grow with your makeup drawer and your skincare TJ and all of
Okay, so imagine if you had to tell me 3 lip shades that I should get. What three do you think that I should invest in?
I mean, well, I'm always going to ask you what your color palette is first. If you generally like to go neutral or bright, because I'm like bright. So you're like me. You're a very fun, bright friend like me.
Yeah.
So I would definitely get you my favorite, which is Kiss for a Cause, which I have on right now.
Okay. Oh, yes. I could use Kiss for a Cause on my wall, really. I'm missing some pink.
I could use Kiss for a Cause on my walls, too.
Oh.
Yes. And then, actually, speaking of a cause, we just had a new line come out, and I would recommend the Big Apple color in it. So one thing about this line, kind of going back to entertainment and helping out. So we released a new collection. It's called the Big City Collection. You get 3 beautiful lip sense colors, which, where's my arm? There it is. These 3 colors right there. So Big Apple, which is that top one. This is Broadway Bronze right there, and then Manhattan Mauve. So you get these 3 lip sense colors together in this cute little bag with a Brooklyn gloss, which this is just a gloss. So on days that you just want to run out and quickly throw on some gloss, this Brooklyn gloss is everything. And then a free remover because it lasts all day. So you have to have a way to take it off. So then you get a free remover, which mine is missing right now. But what I'm doing, because this collection released and I felt the immediate need to give back because this was prior to Le Rev closing here in Vegas, but I know that Broadway has taken a hit, entertainment has taken a hit. So when a collection released that was all about New York, I was like, I have to give back to the entertainment industry. So 20% of every collection, Big City collection sold, I will be donating to Broadway Cares Equity Fights, the COVID Entertainment Relief Fund. And then Infinity Lip Sisters is matching that. So it's actually 40% of this will be completely donated to that fund. I set a goal of $500 and we are super close to being there of donating $300. So if you're wanting to give back and have flawless lips, I would go down that route. We also do, I talked about the shadows being my favorite. The Shadow Sense also comes in the Big City collection as a shadow collection. And same thing, I'll donate 20% of the Shadow Sense collection. And those are, this camera's messing with my brain, burgundy, bright light glitter, and brownstone shimmer. So those are the Shadow Sense colors. Again, smudge proof, budge proof. That is eyeshadow that you can wear. And it also goes to the Broadway Cares Equity Fights COVID Entertainment Relief Fund.
That is amazing. Well, as a Broadway performer, I will tell you, thank you already. And as soon as this next unemployment check come in, girl, she gonna buy that Big Apple collection for both because that bronze color in the middle. See, I'm more of a, I love bright colors because the what's that one in the middle you called it?
This one is Broadway Bronze right there.
Broadway Bronze, baby. I love a bronze, a gold, some type of natural color that will really shine and pop. Because when you're black, honey, every color pops. But I'm looking for a nice natural in that middle color. But then also just the way that burgundy will play from the eyeshadow. Girl, girl, watch me be in one of these segments. Calvin Curran Crave will be Erica Tomlinson. Yes, Jesus. I am excited about that. That is so lovely, and what a lovely and the name of it too. Kiss for a Cause is I'm gonna be girl. I'm about to buy y'all out, girl.
I love it. I want to for everybody that's listening, will you tell us the names of those the lip colors again?
The Big City collection? Yeah. Again, absolutely. Let me just pull them out so that I'm not on my arm and backwards. So this is Big Apple right there. This is Broadway Bronze right there. And this is Manhattan Mauve. And then, of course, you get the Brooklyn gloss with this collection. And then for the shadows, we have burgundy, which is heaven. I'll flip it this way so our logo's pretty. Burgundy right there. Then we have a bright lights glitter and brownstone shimmer, which I'm super excited about.
Yeah.
I love it. So I want to do something for everybody that's listening or watching. I'm actually going to edit this segment out so that we can show it over and over and over again. I'd love to everybody just chime in and leave a comment what your favorite color is. And then in 2 weeks, Calvin and I will pick a winner of whoever. We'll put everybody's names that put their favorite that have either mentioned in a comment or have texted us or send us a DM of your favorite color. And TidalWave will purchase that pack for you, and that donation will then go to Project Cares, and then we'll send those colors, that trio, on to you guys. So,
or we won't. I'm joking. Could you imagine?
So of course, we want to help support everybody in all their businesses. So it's easy. Just tell us what your favorite color is, and then you'll be in a drawing. In 2 weeks, Calvin and I on air will tell you who the winner is, and TidalWave will ship you the pack.
I love that. You guys are awesome. So awesome.
Yeah. So you can find Erica on Facebook and Instagram at Infinity Lip Sisters, and then her website is infinitylipsisters.com.
Yep. Yes. And just like I mentioned earlier, you absolutely can order off the website, but I love to help and be your personal shopper, like Calvin was saying. So you can message me through any of those platforms, through Instagram, through the app as well. You can find my name and message me there, through Facebook, and even on my website. Just to make sure you're getting exactly what you need, just shoot me a message and I will get you taken care of.
Yeah, and Erica, also, if anybody reaches out to you about their favorite color, or they mention to you about all that, and if you guys say that you saw her on the show, whatever you need to, just send us that person's name so they can be in the drawing as well.
Perfect.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you so much, Erica, for coming and explaining this. And I just hope that this business is as successful as you are as a performer, because your career was immense. And I don't really think that it's over. It's just this show, people are missing out because they're not seeing it. So, but thanks for being here. Do you mind staying on?
I don't at all. I am excited.
All right, like you guys, like we mentioned earlier, we are gonna play a game. So here we go. All right, Calvin, do you want to lay it down? What are we doing?
All right, so we're going to play Never Have I Ever. What we'll do is we'll each have 5 questions, or Never Have I Evers. The person whose turn it is, you will say something you've never done. If you have done it, you put a finger down. So like, for instance, it'd be like, I've never had a chocolate bar. If you've had a chocolate bar, you put your finger down. When you run out of fingers, then you have lost the game. The best thing about Never Have I Ever, though, is it's also another beautiful segue to bring secrets out or beautiful stories. And since we're friends, I mean, I wouldn't ask anything that embarrassed y'all, so I hope you treat me with grace.
Okay, everybody, this is the PG version. Stay tuned. We're going to be moving to a different platform in a couple weeks. So we're going to do a little bit of a more R-rated.
What do you mean PG?
This is going to be PG-13 max, okay? Because we're moving to another platform, and we're going to spill all the secrets there.
I'm glad I'm on the PG version.
I'm not glad that I'm not going to be on the R one, but we're going to go for it. Okay,
so I feel like we should go late. We should always do ladies first or guests first. Then I'll go second, and then oldest should go last.
So you're gonna want Erica to go first?
Yes, because
no,
because that way she can go in light. We should let her think that she's in control. It's a beautiful way of fine. Or do you want me to go first?
You go first. You go first.
Okay, hands up, everyone. 5. Okay. Never have I ever had a ship relationship transfer off the ship onto land.
Do you put it down if you have?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh. Who's next?
I'll go next. Never have I ever Zoomed or conferenced, i.e. even this situation, with no pants on.
No
Like,
pants.
literally, no pants. Something about me, I think that they can see me. But like we were like 40 seconds to starting and he stood up and I was like, no.
I am in my room minding my business, and even if I can't, we all got one or two options. Some might have both. Live your life.
Yeah. I mean, I at least put on like shorts. I put on some shorts so that I had like, so people.
I'm totally that situation. Like cute on the top, but like workout on the bottom.
Yeah.
Yes.
Workout all the way. Chime in if you're working from home and you just wear workout clothes all the time. More power to you.
Yeah.
That's where it is.
All right, I'll go because I never have I ever gotten a tattoo.
Oh, boo!
That's rude.
That's rude.
Let's see. Oh, what should I do? Never have I ever lost a wig on stage.
Oh.
I've worn them.
Fingers are cramping.
My fingers are cramping. Also, that's not fair because I don't necessarily. I think I think I put a wig on to for a show, but then they were like, "Oh, that looks terrible. Take those off."
Well, that's not my fault that you can't book a job with a wig.
I did. I don't need a wig. Look at all this.
No, you got the best hair.
Like it's all pulled back right now. Okay, it's my turn. Never have I ever successfully grown a plant.
How have you not? Not even as a kid?
Boo, you see this thing right behind me? I'm going to show you. So this is Patricia.
Hi, Patricia.
I had to cut Patricia off because she was browning so much. Yeah?
Oh, you like stopped her. You like took her down.
You have to because she was brown. I have one. Geraldine's out on my patio and she is so brown and she's like, yeah.
Rude.
Rude.
Okay.
All right, I guess it's my turn. I didn't even write down questions, so I'm having to come up off the top of my head. Traveling. Never have I ever been to Australia.
Oh, pew, 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 pew. Oh, my favorites. It's literally one of my favorite places. And speaking of Australia, Tom Reagan does the intro for my podcast and for this show, and he's in Australia. Like the nicest people, like the nicest, cleanest air, the nicest place, and we all should move there.
Ooh, no, thank you. Australia is too far from two of my favorite things, Broadway and Black people. So I need my folks. Oh, and Beyonce, the 3 Bs. Not that they're not Blacks in Australia. We're just, American Black. It's a whole different. It is. It's a whole. Blacks is not a monolith. They're all different.
Yeah.
Just like trying to say white people are all the same.
It's true.
I mean, for the most part. Let's see. Never have I ever thrown up in a drunk night in Italy.
I mean,
I don't think it was in Italy. I think mine was in Barcelona.
I was gonna say I've had so many nights in Italy. I'm sure many of them ended that way.
So I can't remember being in Italy. That's not good.
In the shipyards, for sure. Aussie bar, 100%.
No, because I only entered much later. But I love Italy. Like Italy's one of, it's like
my wildest always.
That's who just wants to say hi real fast.
Oh.
It says hi, baby.
Oh, look, and that lipstick stays.
He's on, look. He's so and he's out. All right.
Through. But no, my wildest drunk nights were always Turkey because it was always that 2 days, 1 night over. And I mean, my God, they can drink there.
Yeah. Sound off if you've been to all these places. Let us know if you've been to like Italy or if it's your dream vacation. I mean, another place that we've not talked about, but that's like completely awe-inspiring is Greece. Like every time we go, like
now, see, wait, I've Jason Venner almost lost his life in Greece with us.
Well, you can completely almost lose your life falling over somebody's balcony.
Honey, his ATV and driving skills and baby, all I know is that I met Jesus that day. I did. I was like, nope, I will never do this again. Driving with drunk white people. No, thank you.
Okay, I guess it's my turn. So never have I ever performed on Broadway.
Girl,
oh!
you know they say the neon lights are bright on Broadway.
Pew, pew, pew. I want to though.
I'm about to lose.
You're about to lose, but you're on Broadway, or you've been on Broadway.
So that's a win.
So that's a win.
I'm still on Broadway.
Mm-hmm. You're going to be back. We're going to opening night.
Yes.
Who has another one?
I don't.
It's Erica's.
I'm out. I don't have any of these.
I know. I only need 3. Thinking that.
Oh, good. Well, then I will say, Never have I ever. No, that's a lie. That was about to be a lie. Hold on. I can't lie.
Can't lie.
I can't lie. And I'm trying to be PG, and this is not right that you're making me be PG. Do you know who I am?
You'll have to.
Okay. Never have I ever personally owned a dog.
Oh.
No, I don't. My mom has. My family has, but I don't personally.
I've dated a few.
Is it selfish that I can't have an animal? I don't want an animal?
You can't keep a plant alive. I don't want you in charge of something else alive, okay?
Don't worry. I have another one right here because I was thinking, I should put both of them in. This one is a little bit better, but yeah, it's a little bit better. But
in 2 weeks when we come back and it's brown.
I'll have that. Like, what I'm gonna do? We'll have a plant segment and we'll get my plants so that everybody can see them, because some of them they started off green and now they're like a little yellow.
What's going to be a good question that's going to knock one of us out, because we got to knock Erica out since
No, I haven't.
No!
I have a question.
No, you can't, because I asked my TJ's next. It's TJ's next.
Go ahead, Erica.
Never have I ever slept and missed the first part of a rehearsal.
Oh, damn!
That is so rude. I'm out. I remember the date was August 24th. I will never forget it. It was at the time a friend of mine's birthday. We're no longer friends now, so I won't need to say their name. Yes, y'all know who they are. But let me just tell you, it was that we were in Canada. We were doing Upfront. You know, the way you go is up front. Yeah, yes! To the top. And let me tell you, the drag queen Alaska 3000, or original name Thunder F word here, PG, was performing in Canada. She dropped like $100 or something. So I snatched it off the floor, as one does when you're ratchet and bougie and living your best life. 20 years old, trying to turn 21, but you can drink legally in Canada. And I bought redheaded sluts. I had 11 Jaeger shots. I had a lemon drop. I was trying them all. I don't know how I made it back through the gangway. But you know me, I was also friends with everybody. So made it on the gangway. Next day, I wake up to the phone call of our cruise director, Jason Venner, asking if I planned on coming to rehearsal. And when I answer the phone, honey, there is throw up all in my hair, all over the pillow, all over the floor. I'm talking about, I was like, I'm so sorry, I'm coming. And I make it upstairs. And the very first thing I do in Upfront is an aerial. I make it through the entire rehearsal and the show that night, and I don't throw up till at like midnight that night.
Yeah, well, you're hot and sweaty. Mine was with Sorry John, Sorry Jill. This is the whole story. At least when we were in Barcelona and we came back really late, really late. We thought that we're really early almost. And it was with Michael, and we in the bunk beds, he lives on the bottom, so I stayed in Erica's bunk bed on top. And so lo and behold, she comes running in and she goes, Michael! Still sleeping. And needless to say, it was very rough. It was the opening of one of the shows. It was a very rough day, very rough night. And we put ourselves in timeout. Well, I think he put himself in timeout. And then it was overnight, so I had to like go out and cruise and do all those things. But yeah, so that was my on ship.
Y'all can put y'all hands down. I lost.
You lost.
Y'all sitting there like,
just broken carpal tunnel.
My hands are like
a bit of exercise in so long.
Of it.
Yes. Oh, that was a blast. Congratulations on winning and not failing. Yes.
Yay! Congratulations on losing, sucker.
Don't try it. Don't try it.
So I love it. Thank you again, Erica, for coming and joining us and telling us about your business. And Calvin, it was great talking about friendships and seeing all the stuff that you're doing. And like we said, we're going to produce content coming up. So continue following. We've kind of dropped hints that we're moving platforms. We're going to stay on the same place that you saw it before on Calvin and my Facebook, and then we'll let you know when we're going to be moving platforms. Look for that content. We're gonna get that stuff out to people. We're gonna keep reviewing products. We'll review Erica's products once we get them. Remember, tell us what your favorite color is in that Manhattan. Tell me the name of the set again.
The Big City Collection.
The Big City Collection. Tell us what your favorite color is, and we'll make sure to put you in a drawing. We'll buy it. We'll send it out to you, and that donation is going to go to Broadway Cares. Thanks again, everybody, and look out for this podcast audibly on anywhere you can get your podcast, and it's going to be from EASE podcast. You also can find interviews with Erica if you want to know more about her life and about Calvin. There's a 2-part series about him and his life, and on Broadway, all of his culture. So we'll see you guys in 2 more weeks. Thank you again, and good night, everybody. Bye.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Bye.